lot of people are curious about the logistics of living with an oxygen tube. How does it really work? How does it really feel? How does it affect your day-to-day life? So I will explain some of that to you today. First and foremost about oxygen tubes, you'll see here, I have this little adapter thingy. This can come off. So this attaches to an actual oxygen tank or concentrator that I wheel around with me on my day-to-day life. And then I come home and I plug it into this, and all of a sudden it's attached to a 75-foot tube that goes through my entire house. Another thing about living with oxygen is they're very small. They don't go up into your brain. They don't go down your throat. They just rest right here. A lot of tanks that people have when they wheel around are inhalation only, which means when you take a breath in, it'll squirt oxygen, so it kind of makes this funny little noise. It's like, sometimes I'll be in a silent room, or in class, like when the teacher's like writing up on the board or something, and you hear nothing but every time I take a breath in. It's really awkward. Another thing, going to the beach is a pain when you have oxygen because it always ends up falling in the sand. No matter how hard you try, even you wrap it in plastic wrap and just bundle it in a towel, it will get sand in it. And then when you try and take a breath in, the air will push the sand into your nostrils and it hurts so bad. The reason that I actually have an oxygen tube is not necessarily because I'm super low on oxygen. It's more that I have a high carbon dioxide level in my blood, which means that I don't process oxygen the same way. I don't have enough surface on the walls of my lungs to get as much oxygen in. So I can be off of it for a while. It's not like the second I take it off, it's not gonna happen. Although I do love freaking people out like that. I can be off of it for around 45 minutes to an hour if I'm sitting down. If I'm up and walking around and exerting energy, it's more like 5 minutes. One of the hardest things about having oxygen is actually being at home with it, surprisingly. Because you gotta think, this is a 75-foot tube running through your household. There are other people walking around in the house who don't always see it. Also, it's clear, so it blends into the ground. You have no idea how many times my mother, my sister, house guests, people with really pointy stiletto heels have all stepped or tripped over the oxygen. It's inevitable. And this tube, as you can see, gets knots in it all the time. Why? I don't know. I have no idea. It looks, just look. How is this even possible? Under like the laws of physics, this should not happen unless I'm doing like acrobats through the tube, but I'm not. I assure you, I'm not doing acrobats. It just doesn't like me. I don't know. It just tangles all the time. So anyway, where does this magical tubing lead? I shall show you. So the oxygen tube leads to this bad boy, which is something called a concentrator. So it actually is sucking in everyone else's breathing air and converting it into my breathing air. Isn't that wonderful? So this measures how many liters you're on, and you can turn it up if you want to, get a little high on oxygen there, or down. I'm currently on 2. The way that they measure how much oxygen you're on is through liters, which is the same thing with water. It's just a way to measure things that aren't solid, right? And it pretty much means you're getting 2 liters per minute. So 2 whole liters are being delivered through the tube. Doesn't always mean that you are breathing in the 2 liters. Obviously, I'm not sitting here going, I'm talking and all of that. So it's really more like 1 liter per minute if you're actually measuring the amount that you're breathing in. I'm going to show off my portable one, okay? So this one I'm very proud of. As you can see here, up in the top, I have my prayer flags made in Tibet by the monks. Said to have prayers in them, and when the wind blows through or when sound currents blow through, they make the prayers come true. Not sure if any of that's true, but they're kind of cool. And then this can just go up and down, and then this I got signed. This is Hank Green's signature ASAP Science. This is Minute Physics, and then you have some book people, and then Veritasium's on the back. And then this button is my little cat bug button. pen, and then in here it's a purse. So pretty much this is where I keep my wallet and my book of poetry by Allen Ginsberg for when I'm feeling down, my nerdy glasses, my enzymes, and pencil, and my to-do list. So that's pretty much that.